Modern societies focus on cell phone use as a sole form of communication by Jana Nasrallah, Stephanie Zackham, and Christian Pugh. The key words in our presentation will be planned obsolescence, which means that products are created with an expiry date, and this tactic ultimately works effectively as a tool for corporations to generate more profit because consumers will continue to buy the product. Perceived obsolescence, on the other hand, means that the manufactured product can be outdated and lose its trend fairly quickly due to the constant reproduction and upgrading of the same exact product, however, can be enhanced with new features, programs, or in terms of appearance.
Since its conception in 1973, the cell phone has grown exponentially. According to a survey in 2004, there are currently 1.5 billion cell phone users worldwide, and since then the number has most definitely increased. As we have seen on commercials, cell phones are rarely advertised for their original purpose. These commercials focus mainly on connectivity and aesthetics. This increases our dependency on cell phone technology as younger generations tend to strive to be connected as much as possible. Cell phones have become rather a symbol of social status than a tool to utilize. They become a social extension of your position in the social hierarchy. Acquisition of the latest cell phone demonstrates your ability to follow trends, thus making you accepted socially by others. Furthermore, the type of cell phone you have says something about your disposable income and how you define yourself in society.
Trends in mobility. So for this example, I am using the BlackBerry. Now if you look at the top left screen, you will notice the original BlackBerry released in 1998. It's big, it's bulky, and it's black and white. Now go over to the right a tad, and you will notice essentially the same phone was re-released 2 years later, but they've added a little bit of color to it. Go once more over to the right, and you will notice the BlackBerry Curve, released in 2004. They've eliminated the scroll wheel that was at the top right, and they've added a trackball, and they've slimmed the phone out a tad. Now go down to the bottom right, and you will notice a BlackBerry Pearl Flip. Now this is basically a take on the Motorola Razr due to its popularity. Go once over to the left and you will see the BlackBerry Pearl but non-flip version. They've added a trackpad versus the trackball that they used to use. And aside from that, it's essentially the same size. Go to the furthest bottom left and you will notice the BlackBerry Torch, released in 2012. This phone is fully touchscreen, high resolution, and it is actually larger than the original BlackBerry. So now you can see that trends have gone full circle in mobility.
As Williams states, advertising has worked its way into every single medium. They manipulate words and images to persuade demographics to buy their product. We are constantly bombarded with ads that tell us we need to improve everyday facet of our lives. Cell phone commercials are no different. These advertisements exploit basic human desires to sell their product. This is done through clever strategy. Advertisers pan to the public's desire, focusing on customers' need to keep up with the Joneses. This process is called perceived obsolescence, a strategy used by marketers to convince a demographic that the product they have is in fact inferior and puts pressure on them to buy a new one. Secondly, Williams states that advertisers use the media as a venue to serve for its own purposes, and thus structuring a capitalist economy. Cell phone companies provide huge capital and therefore are a pillar of the economic infrastructure. Therefore, they require people to keep purchasing their products. This brings us to the second advertising strategy, planned obsolescence. The processes in which products are created to break down, causing the consumer to purchase more. Advertising companies utilize both these tactics and many others to constantly ply us with the newest and latest technology, persuading us to buy technology and devices that we don't really need.
Both Apple and Research in Motion have done a wonderful job marketing. Both companies have made us feel as though we have to purchase both products in order to get maximum capability. For example, the iPad with the iPhone and the Playbook with the BlackBerry Bold. Now, this is not entirely true. You do not need to purchase a tablet in order for your cell phone to function properly, but it is convenient and they do sync to one another. So our hats go off to both these companies, as per they have made the consumer feel as though it is entirely necessary to purchase both products, which is clever marketing and advertising on both their behalves.